last time. So last time we had hands on the date functions and some of the numeric functions. So we found that time period between delivery date. We found a day name. We found the order which are placed in weekend and relatively. Last time we had a question that we want to see the sales of the quarter of the year 2015. So do you remember what we did last year for last time for this?
Maybe extract quarter from maybe order data. Yeah.
So last time what we did was this date. Okay. This was what we did. So what if I want to see 2014 and 2015 both?
Extract year from order date equal to 2015 or 2014. Is that okay?
Or extract year of order date equal to 2014.
I want to see both 2015 and 14.
You want to see them like both aggregated, or you want to see quarters of these 2 years in separately?
Separately, when the one first for 2014, then for 2015, all the quarters.
I think then we need to include the year part as well into the group by clause. So to include that, I think we need to first get the year part as well. Yeah, and we'll change the filter as Jairam and Akhil suggested for 2014 and 2015.
And
Or because and won't satisfy anything. No?
Yes.
Okay.
around 15 to around 14.
2014 doesn't have one, but one.
Yeah. Let's arrange in the order as well. So yeah, it is. So there is another way of doing it.
Okay.
The other way is you can use union as well. So if you are going for a union, it is. So what I am doing is I am just finding first quarter 2015. Just group doing a group by. Then I'm doing a union of the same query with 2014. So you can do this way as well, and you will get almost the same result. 2014, 2015.
Okay.
So it's on you where you want to go with the where clause or you want to go with the union. This was a simple one. Okay. Now let's start with today's. So I want to classify my orders as profitable and non-profitable. So basically we have a profit column here. Here. So if the value is negative, it's not profitable. If the value is positive, it's profitable. So how we can go about it?
So add a new column and then update each row. Whether if profit is greater than 0, then make it as profitable. If profit is less than 0, then make it as unprofitable. To that
By
new
adding
column.
a new column, what you mean?
So alter table, add new column.
No, I don't want to add it. I just want to view it.
Just for viewing purpose, Okay, then do this. Select, start from orders table where profit is greater than 0.
So it will only give me those records that are profitable.
Correct.
It won't give me the negative profit. So here we can use the if clause. So in SQL we can use if clause. Let me show you. So here it is. Select. Then we have a if function. If the profit is greater than 0, if true, then give us profit. If not true, give us loss. And we are just creating a column as profitability. So it's not altering the table, it's just for the view.
Okay.
So here it is. And if you want that order ID with the this it can tell us which order is profitable and which is loss making.
So Swap,
Yeah.
is there any way we can show like profits only on top and loss on bottom rather than mixed like?
Yeah. You can just do a order by. Order.
FIT, profitability in order by.
FIT, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a loss first, and if you want to see profit first, just arrange in descending order.
Okay, got it.
So all the profits are at the top and the loss at the bottom.
Okay.
So the next is, now I want to more classify it. So if the profit is more than 100, we'll have to say it as highly profitable. If the profit is less than 100 but greater than 0, it's profitable. Then if the loss is less than 0 but greater than -100, then it's loss making, and high losses if the loss is more than -100. Anyone wanna try?
One way we can look about it is like we can create that nested if conditions in the same if condition. The other one is there is also some other option like even in a scenario of multiple cases like this, we can use there's a other condition like case when possibility. So that might be more appropriate.
Yeah, we have a case function as well. So for the creatives, so the syntax is you have to give the case, the condition, after when you have to give the condition. If it's true, what would be the output? And when all is done, you have to give the end clause. So this is the syntax of case. So when the profit is more than 100, we'll populate highly profitable. When the profit is less than 100 but greater than 0, we'll give it profitable. If it's between 0 and -100, we'll make loss making, and else we'll give high losses. And we just rename that column as profitability. So if I don't do that, it will give you the result, but the column heading would be the formula which we use.
Okay.
That's why we mostly use the as function. So it just rename the header. So we have 4 operation functions in MySQL. So one is if, one is case. The other 2 are these: if null and null if. So any idea what they would do? or any guesses?
If I'm not wrong, the if null function would just look for the rows where if it is null, and uh,
Let me show you.
and yeah.
Yeah, so what it does is, if this first expression you pass, if it's null, it will give you the null value. If it's not null, it will give it the original value. Yes, so basically if you want to check whether it's null or not. So right now it's null. It will give you, it will give you second value. So it's like that. If the first expression is null, it will give you the second value. If the first expression is not null, it will give you the first value.
So Swab, if you have both those as null, then what will be the outcome?
Null.
Okay.
It only checks the first one. If the first one is null, it will give you the second value, irrespective of whether it's null or it has some value.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a scenario, but it could be like that. For example, we are selling a product at 3 prices. Okay, so we want to check at which price the product is sold, or in 2 prices. So if the first row is null, that means we have sold the product in the second price. So it can work like that.
Okay, understood.
Then we have a null if function. Okay, so what it does is, it's check whether the first expression is equal to the second expression or not. If they are equal, it will return you null. If they are not equal, let's say it's 0, it will give you the first value expression itself. So when you want to compare 2 columns and you want to see whether the value is same or not, if the value is same in both the columns, it will give you the null. If the value is different, it will give you the first column value.
Okay.
So these were the 4 control operators in MySQL. So one is the if, one is case, one is if null, and last one is null if. So if you have any doubt in that, let me know, or we can proceed forward.
Yeah, no doubts from my side.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so last time we were discussing about the group by. Okay, so now let's have a having clause with it. So now what I want is a group of the data. We want to group the data by the city, and only showing that those cities which have more than 20 orders. So last time we saw the group by function. Even today we tried group by function with the abstract of date and all. So now we just had a having condition to it. So anyone want to give it a try?
Yeah, maybe we can use counting order IDs greater than 20, then group by city.
Yeah. So we do it like this. Select, for example, order ID, city. Okay, and we will add one more thing is count of order ID. Orders 1 by city having ID greater than 20. don't have any city that have more than 20 orders.
Okay.
Let's reduce it to 5. Yeah. Now we can see we have few cities which have more than 5. So this is where the having function works is. You just give the condition by which you are going to do a group by. And
So
order
will
by,
Where class work here?
yeah, where class also work here.
Okay, then is there any difference? Like in some cases only we can go for having or some limitation?
Most generally we go by having a group by in a pair.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you need a mathematical function for it. For example, if I give a having for all the cities which have a sales greater than 50. Okay. So here our having function won't work.
Okay.
So it works with the mathematical functions like count or something like that.
Okay, got it.
So if you want to put a condition, then you have to go for where clause.
Okay.
So now it's a arithmetic function. So it's just that we want to calculate the cost. So it's just I just made some formula. So we have a sales column, we have profit column, we have discount column, and we have a quantity column. Now we have to use mathematical function to get the cost. So anyone want to try? It's a simple. You just need to type the column names, nothing else. Sales minus profit. Right. Yes. So it will give you the cost for every column. So it's just you have to put the column name and the operators, mathematical operator you want to it will do the calculation.
Swap, if we want to do a round for only 2 decimals,
Yeah.
then can we do it in the
Yeah,
formula itself?
Yeah, you can just put the so I need to remember what is the rounding of function. Let me see. Okay, we have a round function. So you can just give round, then your first argument, comma, 2. And we just now it's 2 decimal places.
Thanks.
Then we have we need to select the top 10 orders by profit. So like in Tableau we used to have a just classify the data that we need only top 10 or top 20. So similarly, even in SQL, if you want only to see the top 10 orders by profit, so most profitable orders in the top order, top 10 most profitable orders.
Most profitable orders, right? Okay. So then in that case, you need to maybe first aggregate the profits at a order ID level.
All the order IDs are unique, so we don't need to aggregate.
All the order IDs are unique.
Okay, not, no, they are not.
They are not, no. Maybe. Oh yeah. So if they are unique, in that case, then
Yeah, let's assume they are unique for now, and then we look
okay.
for a repeat function.
Top 10 orders.
Is it just for viewing purpose, or you want to store that as well?
Oh, everything is just for viewing function.
Okay,
I'm
then-
not storing anything.
Then I think you can use limit to 10 rows. Like after like arranging it in
Yeah.
a descending order, you can use limit to 10 rows.
That's the function in SQL. In MySQL, it's limit. In other workbenches, it's the top. So if you write top in front of basically if I write top order ID equal to 10, it will just limit it. But in MySQL, you have to put a limit function. So what I'm doing is I'm just displaying order ID and profit from the orders table, ordering by profit in descending order. So first it will arrange my highest profit at the top, and then it will just limit to top 10. Here it's 298, 240, like this. So if I just remove DESC, so it will arrange in the ascending order, and it will start with my negative of profits. Okay, now let's move to the other. Select all the orders where the sales is between 10 to 20, 100 to 200, and it's profitable. So basically, I want those orders whose sales is between 100 to 200, but they have a positive profit.
Select maybe order ID, comma sales, comma profit from orders 1. Where sales is greater than 100 and sales is less than 200 and profit is greater than 0.
Okay, this would work. So this other way of doing it is we have a in clause. Sorry, between clause.
Okay.
So instead of writing sales query again and again, we can just put it like this. So where the sales is between where the sales between 100 and 200 and the profit condition. So we can do this way as well. And I have already arranged in the descending profit order.
So will this between condition include 100 and 200?
No,
Okay.
I'm not sure about it. We can check. So we have sales of 143.7. Yeah, it includes them.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, instead of writing, if you have multiple queries, so basically, if you want to limit a condition, instead of writing 2 times, you can use a between clause. Then we want to see the sum of. Okay, we did this part. Now we want to see the show only those subcategories or cities. These are the cities I just want to show.
Yeah, they look like cities.
Yeah, these are
Cities.
cities. Okay, so I want to look. It has 2 parts. I only want to look these cities only in my output. I don't want other cities. And the other part is I want to see other cities apart from these. So in the first, I just want my output to have only these 4 cities. how will you go about it? One way is to doing like city equal to this, then
Or-
this, or this. Okay.
Yeah.
The other way is we have a in function.
Okay.
Like between you can use in. So if I put a in here, so it will just check for these 4 cities and will populate only those cities. I've just put all the orders, that's why it's giving you all the orders. But if you check city, it would be only from these 4. And if I want all the other cities, it would be not in. So I just put not, and it will give me all the cities apart from these 4. Intersal laws in this. Yeah, these were the functions for today. So if you have any query.
Hey, good job, Swap. I just wanted to add few things in one of the exercises that we. I understood the point of view, like you wanted to cover all the keywords that we have that we can leverage. There is also, this is something also new to me that I was just was aware of it. Like I came to know about it like a week ago or something. For ranking, the exercise where we did about ranking, right? Top 10 or maybe something. There's a similar function. If you were aware of the rank functionality in Tableau, the table calculation, there is a similar function in SQL as well. You guys can check it out. So if you remember, in table calculation we provide the partition and how you should calculate that table calculation, right? Across or table down. So this is on the same level. It's in a SQL, so it's also a function. So it will give you basically rank. So the one way that we discussed was using order ID. I also used to do the same thing, but yeah, since I'm just got to know about this, I'm just letting you know there's a rank function also in SQL. And the other thing is where we did the group
top
by
10. The top 10 function you asking?
No. So that's about the rank one. The other thing is like I think, what is it? We did some filtering using having function, right?
Yeah.
Count distinct of order ID greater than some 5 or 10. Yeah. Yeah. So here we have to use having condition. I don't know how it's possible using where condition. Because what happens is the select statement, the structure is something like that: select from table, group by, having, order. If you want a where condition, it should be above group by condition, right? Before group by. So what happens is, so this is the different statements, and SQL will look at first. SQL will first look at your table, which is from whatever you wrote under from category, and then it will go to where statement, and it will see what are the filters, and it will apply those filters. Once after those filters are applied, whatever the result is coming there, on that result the group by will be function. So on that result, group by will be applied, and result of that group by, whatever it comes on that, the having function, having filters will be applied. So I don't know if I'm clear enough.
Basically there's a priority of filtration. So if you have a where clause as well as the having condition, so first it will implement the having condition, group where clause, then it will put the having condition.
Yes. So we can definitely do it with the where condition, but it's a roundabout way. You have to first save it as a temporary table and then do it's a roundabout way. So but having is a shortcut and crisp way of getting the task done. Yeah, so hey, really good work, Swap. A lot of functionalities and operators that we didn't know of. like yeah, these operations, we very frequently they help a lot in wrangling and putting together data in SQL. Good
So
work.
from next session, it could be a nested and joins, so nested state SQL statement and joins. So I will share you the new files,
Okay.
and then we can
Okay.
work on that. So that's the trickiest part in SQL. I guess nested queries are very tricky when you need to understand them.
Okay. Yeah.